Yo, what's going on? Kamikaze Soundwaves here, and for this video I have a quick unboxing and a little review of something that I just picked up from Walmart. That is the Pro Charging Grip for your Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch controller. Now, two reasons why I bought this. First thing, I absolutely love charging docks. I love the convenience of them. I love them for my portable handhelds, for my controls. I have various ones around my room and my office from my different controllers, and I absolutely love the convenience of when I'm done, throw it down. I know that it's getting a full charge. By the time I go to pick it up, it's fully charged, ready to go. Absolutely love that convenience. Second thing is, I'm not really a huge fan of this controller. This is really the only one controller that we have for the Switch, but just to show you for reference, like my hand just does not work with this controller. Like it's just too big, and honestly, I barely ever play the Switch, to be fair and honest with you. Pretty much stays in my living room and my kids play it all the time, but when I do go in there and pick it up and play around with this controller, I mean, I still to this day cannot get used to it. So I went ahead and picked this up. It was like 19 bucks, and I was like, okay, whatever, why not? But the thing is, I don't expect this to be like a game changer, but it is supposed to have more grip and make the controller a little bit more bulky. It also has things for the thumbsticks to kind of raise them up a little bit, which is a really big gripe for me, because to me, I feel like they're just microscopic when I play with it. But then most importantly, it has the charging unit inside, so you can just plop it down and let it charge overnight. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just unbox this thing and see what's inside and see if it's worth it. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and box this thing. Got the old timer knife ready to go. And we're gonna see what's inside this box. Now, the way the picture is kind of concerning to me, it looks like since this is a charging dock, you may not be able to take off the Joy-Cons easily. Could be looking at that wrong, but essentially this is just kind of an overview of what it is. Puts more grip around your controller, charging dock, pretty normal stuff. But the grip stuff I thought was really cool, and the charging dock obviously is a great thing to have. So anyway, I hope that you're able to take them off, but the way it's kind of presented on the box, and this being Nintendo, which is not made by, actually this is made by Nintendo. This is actually made by Nintendo, which leads me to see if there's an actual charging cord in here. Wouldn't be surprised if there isn't. Okay, so go ahead and pull this thing out. This is what we got. All right, what is this? This is just the things for the thumbsticks for your controller. We'll try those out in just a minute. And here is the actual grip thing for, oh, this is like an actual straight up controller. Oh, all right. That's actually really cool. So now I have two of these. I thought that this was just rubber that would go around your actual controller. So very cool. Glad to have a second one of these. Now we actually play Mario Kart with someone else and not have to use those little tiny Joy-Cons all by themselves. So ripping off the plastic there, everybody loves that, myself included. And here we go, is the charging dock. So of course, you do have the USB to it. Unfortunately, there is no plug that will plug into your wall. There goes Nintendo for you. But you will need to actually have like the end of this that goes into a USB that can charge into the wall. Or if you have a computer, and hey, honestly, you can just really plug this into the side of your Switch. That would probably be the best bet for some people. But for me, this actually is gonna go in my living room. I'm not really a big fan of the Switch. My kids play it. So I'm gonna probably just put this by the Switch and plug it in there, and the kids can forget to put it on the charger. I'm pretty sure they'll never remember. But anyway, let's go ahead and just put this whole controller together and see if it really does help with my problem. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and insert the Joy-Cons into it. Okay, so it took a minute of playing around with this thing to figure out how to actually put the Joy-Cons in, but essentially you have a release switch up here on top. Pull that, and it slides back like that, okay? So then we're gonna slide our Joy-Cons in. Bam. Okay, this one looks like it's under for some reason, but nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and click this back on top. Okay, so first impressions of holding it. It feels even more awkward, to be honest with you. It just has this weird design to it, and I just cannot get used to this controller, no matter how much I tried. What I will say, it feels even weirder. It just feels like now it just kind of goes out to the side. Does it help with if you have big hands and this thing doesn't really work really well for you? I could see it could be in better. Now the triggers just feel crappy. Like they just feel, I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous and pitiful. This is not something I would want to play with. It feels like you're not even pushing down an actual controller, which you're technically not. You're basically just pushing plastic down to push plastic down on this. So it feels terrible, absolutely terrible. The bumpers, not too bad. I don't have any complaints there. Those feel kind of normal. But the triggers, oh god, I do not want to play with these triggers whatsoever. Now everything else, actually holding it for a couple minutes, getting used to these buttons with this actually does feel not too bad, not too bad. But the biggest part for me is I play like a lot of first-person shooters and what have you, and hitting the gas on Mario Kart. Yeah, this does not seem like it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. Let's go ahead and put on these thumbstick things and see what those do. All right, I'm gonna put on one here. Looks like it just kind of grips on top. Second one, put on here. All right, now filling this with these on here. Let's see. Honestly, actually, they kind of do feel a lot better. Actually, when this whole thing is assembled, playing around with it, I'm actually kind of digging the sticks with this right here. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, honestly, it does feel a lot better for me when having big hands. Actually, I'll say it does feel pretty great. Actually, you know what I want to do though? I do want to see how this charging dock works. Because a lot of times these charging docks, they're really crappy to connect. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it up real quick and make sure that it's real easy snap-on function. I've had charging docks in the past where you go to plug it in and you gotta fiddling around with it to just make it snap in. So let's see how that works here. All right, I quickly just plugged this thing into my laptop real quick. So let's see how it quickly just snaps in here and see how that works. Okay, I mean, that's pretty easy, not bad. It takes it right away. All right, not bad. Now I'm feeling that. I'm liking the charging dock. It's very easy, but it feels like if somebody gets close to the table, bumps it, it's gonna just fall right out. It has like no really like hold down feature on it whatsoever. But I do like how you can just literally plop it in right there and it picks it up right away. If you're not real careful, you could throw it down like that and think that it's charging, but you will kind of have to, like, I guess, fiddle with it just a second to get it in there. The lights will light up, and I assume they turn green when they're all both charged and ready to go. But not bad. I mean, it looks kind of cool little aesthetic. I like the presentation of it if you were going to put it out with all your stuff and have it displayed right there. So, all in all, let's talk about this thing. Now, in conclusion about the Pro Charging Grip, what can I honestly say about it? I like the charging port. It's cool. It gives it a nice aesthetic when the actual controller's in it. Gives it a nice little presentation and a nice look. You know, I really wish there would have been a plugged that I could plug into my wall with it. But then again, we are talking about Nintendo here. But once again, like I said, you can plug this into various consoles or your Switch and what have you. But you know, nice little presentation here to actually put it on to display your controller and have it charging at the same time. The charging thing to snap it in, it's not too bad. You know, it's got a little wiggle in there, but for the most part, it snaps right away. Now this controller, I'm really disappointed to say that the ZL and the ZR are just awful, and it absolutely ruins this controller for me, or this grip to me. I do love the aesthetics of the controller, the grips on the side being to push out your hands. It does make it more accessible to me with someone with big hands. I don't feel so confined around the controller to get to the actual buttons and the analogs. I actually really enjoy these grips they provided with the analogs as well. It actually feels like it gives you a lot more control. It has me really interested in trying to find some of these for maybe my PS4 and Xbox One controller, because I've actually never used the grips or anything like that for your analog sticks, but these, giving it a little bit more height and a little bit more rubber on it, seems to actually makes you feel like you're more in control. So that kind of has me interested in like looking for other ones for my other controllers, but these I actually really enjoy. The bumpers here, not too bad. It doesn't feel like you're really, you know, pressing plastic on plastic, which you are, but the LZ or the ZL and the ZR, you absolutely are. And if you take a look here, if you're pressing it down, you can see like it actually lifts up this plastic piece right here, right? So this is the actual part that you snap up to put in your Joy-Cons. So essentially, when you snap it back and you're pressing on the ZL and the ZR, you're essentially pulling up on that plastic piece that snaps down to lock in your controllers. Now, I wouldn't be crazy to say that maybe after a couple thousand times of pressing these, that might actually just snap this right off. Probably wouldn't happen right away, but I could not see that not happening. Also, this is completely 110% nothing but just plastic. You drop this, or you get pissed off, or you get, you know, one away from your battle royale and on Fortnite, drop this, throw it to the side a little bit too hard. Yeah, this is all going to crack and break right off. Absolutely. I don't know about it probably damaging your actual controllers while it's in here, but all this right here is nothing just but plastic snapping on plastic, especially right in here. You drop this the wrong way once or twice, or put it down with a little bit too more pressure, it's cracked, it's broken, period. The release thing right here seems very, very cheap. I wouldn't be it being far-fetched for this thing to stop connecting or locking in after a little bit. Literally just cheap little pieces of plastic that connect under plastic. I'd say a good couple of 300, 400, 500, 600 times of redoing that over and over, it's eventually going to break and it's not going to work anymore. So all in all, honestly, I don't think it's too terribly bad for $19. Like I said, I really enjoy Charging Dock and how it presents the controller. The actual aesthetics of actually playing with it though, once again, the grips here are great. I love the rubber that they provide for the analogs, but the ZL and the ZR absolutely kill it. It absolutely kills it. This could have been not too bad, even it being plastic and cheap how it is, but this right here, I absolutely cannot, I can't suggest this. For me specifically, maybe if you're playing games that will not involve the ZL and the ZR, but that's not too many games that I personally can think of or I wouldn't play with it. But this right here absolutely destroys this whole product for me. For 19 bucks though, I really can't be too mad at it. If I'd have paid the original price of 25, which isn't too much more, I think I would have been highly disappointed. So anyway, this is kind of this thing right here in a nutshell. So hope that helps if you were in the market for something to help out with your original controller that's provided to you when you buy your Switch. So anyway, it's Kamikaze Soundwaves. Much obliged for watching. Hope this review helped. And anyway, thanks for watching. I'll check you over the next one.